I'm really proud to announce the Reborn of a myth, the Sonus faber Concertino. It was launched in the early 90s and it was one of the best-selling speakers in the history of the company. It was the most affordable speaker at the time in our catalog. Of course, anytime we do a revamp or a redesign of a classic speaker, we don't do just a copy of the original one. We do a redesign complete, which is including the design of the drivers, the design of the enclosure, new crossover, new components. Concertino is the first full-range speaker that is benefiting from the Suprema technology of using Cork in doing the whole cabinet of the speaker. We were able to use Cork because it's a small speaker, it's a two-way design, so there is not a lot of low energy in the drivers, so we were able to use a soft material like Cork for the full enclosure. But in this case we used Cork for not only the reason of controlling vibration inside the cabinet, but also we used designing the back of the enclosure to be a substitute of the damping material. Cork is giving us the possibility to design the cabinet with non-parallel curves, and also is giving us the possibility to optimize the shape of the cabinet to be perfectly compliant with the performance of the driver. So in this case, really, form is following function. So the particular shape of the back of the enclosure is helping to cancel the bad reflection inside the cabinet. And of course, that technology is coming from the Suprema speaker. And this is also making us able to limit the use of damping material. Talking about driver configuration, it's basically the same of the original one. So we have a 5.5 inches mid-woofer and a silk dome tweeter. The 5.5 inch mid-woofer is different evolution of a driver that we already used in the Duetto speaker. So it's a very capable driver in terms of bass frequency reproduction. Crossover design, to be in line with the tradition of the heritage speaker, is a very simple design, but still it's respecting our technology of phase coherent alignment. It's a classic passive crossover designed to reflect our target curve of heritage speakers. So we talked about Cork, but of course, to respect the history, the side panels of Concertino are made out of solid walnut. This is a classic solution for Sonus faber. Of course, Cork is helping us in many regards, but it's also offering us some challenges. So you cannot screw directly in the Cork structure. So the side panel of the Concertino are bolted on a sort of metal bar, which is helping to keep the speaker together. In the prototype phase, we consider to have the Cork exposed, but in the final product we will use a leather covering. It's a new kind of leather which is more sustainable. Following this philosophy of having more sustainable material, also little details reflect this philosophy. For example, the reflex port is not made out of plastic, but it's actually solid wood with a paper tube. Concertino is entirely made in Italy, in our factory. The wood panels are coming from our wood shop. The leather covering is coming from an Italian company. So it's a genuine heritage Sonus faber speaker. So I always had this idea of making a new Concertino. And when we had this Cork technology available and we said, let's try to use it for a two-way speaker design, I thought the Concertino would be the best. The goal of Concertino was the common goal of our heritage speaker, to be respectful of the Sonus faber history, but reflecting the knowledge of Sonus faber and the new technology of the R&D team.